So where is Anthony? Here, please explain branding yourself as a newer agent. What a good question. Let me explain what branding yourself as a newer agent means. Branding means, the definition of branding in real estate, and I'll give you a simple one. I like simple. I don't like complicated. I don't like fluffy phrases that blow smoke up your ass, make you feel important, but don't make you money. Here's what branding in real estate means. A lot of people know who you are, what you do, how to get in touch with you, and why they can trust you. If you do that, you branded yourself well. It's like a chair. It needs to have these 4 pillars, or a table. It needs to have who you are. They need to recognize your face, your name, your voice, like on the phone. What you do, I help home sellers at Lake Barcroft sell for the most money possible within a week. That's a good brand. How to get in touch with you. My cousin needs to sell a house. How do I get hold of Borino? Boom. That needs to be readily available, because if there's a barrier, if it requires too much effort, fuck it. Not going to deal with it. And the 4th one, that's the most important one. Why they can trust you. Either they will do business with you, or they can refer somebody who you are ready to help. That's good branding. That's what you need to accomplish. Now, you need to accomplish it on all channels. Social media channels need to communicate. This is who I am. Here's what I do. This is why you can trust me. Now, you can't just go out. My name is Borino. I help home sellers. Trust me. That's not going to work. That'd be pretty silly. Now, you can try it. I tried stupid stuff like that. Sometimes you'd be surprised, but this one won't work. You need to do it indirectly. Building trust, building relationship. Step 1, you're interested in them. You become curious about them. You make it all about them. You make it all about the people you want to serve. Because at the beginning, they don't give a shit who you are. They care about them. They want to share their story. They want to get their answers, their tips, their advice. So start with that. And then you build on that. You let the world know, here's what I do. I give information. I give advice. I hold your hand through the process. I'm here to help. Maybe we'll work together. Maybe we won't. Maybe you want to sell. Maybe we won't. That's fine. My job is to help, to be there for you. Just like me. Look what I'm doing. I walk the walk. I give you a lot of information. I inspire you. I guide you. I help you. And some of you will become my clients. Awesome. Some of you already are. Appreciate it very much. I know Jason, a bunch of you. Some of you will come do the boot camp with me, which I'm really excited about. We're going to limit it to 50 people. It's going to be a nice, cool class. 4 live sessions where I'll teach you all kinds of cool stuff about communication, all kinds of ninja tricks, and then we're going to have 3 live role play sessions. That's going to be a lot of fun, where we get on and actually try the stuff you learn in a class. I'm super stoked about it. I never taught it in this way, and it's going to be fabulous. So 50 of you will be able to come join us for that. But this is what I do. Give you information, post videos for you, post answers, and then some will become my clients. That's how my company makes money. That's how I feed my family. Everybody good. You get good information, good class, you learn something, make money. Everybody wins. You do the same. That's a good branding. Now, for new agents, build relationships. Build relationships. Don't go out. Please don't do this. It drives me crazy when I see agents, new agents go out. I'm in real estate now. Give me business. Nobody's going to do that. So start building a relationship, but don't start at the beginning saying, hey, I'm new, give me business, I'm desperate. It is more about, hey, I got this cool information for you. Check this out. I got this market update. Check this out. These are 5 new listings in the neighborhood. Check this out. This is what's selling right now. Here's where the mortgage rates are down. Whole bunch of cool, interesting information. That's how you start branding yourself. And then with repetition, that's the whole principle. Repetition, consistency, creates familiarity. You start with that. From familiarity, you start building connection, you start building relationship, you start building trust. And trust, as you know, is the foundation of your business. Here it is. How do you get the seller to agree to list an advice price? Great question. There are few tips I'm going to give you so that you can price your listings better. 1, understand that it is not about who you are, it is about how you're perceived. Here's what I mean. Your presentation, when it comes to what you're going to do as far as marketing, are you the right agent that they should list with, how much they should list for, does not happen when you talk about it with the seller, either face-to-face when you're doing the actual listing presentation, or when you do it on Zoom. It's too late. It happens at the beginning. And it happens in 3 phases. Phase 1 is your first impression. And that usually happens, as you know, within 3-4 seconds. Very quickly, the prospect or later client decides, do I like this person? Is Jeremy really cool? Can we trust him? That happens super quick. It is unconscious. It is rapid and it is not logical at all. It's all based on emotions. So it is so important for you guys who prospect and communicate to set up a good, strong first impression. You don't want to be too high, too aggressive, too energetic, too fast-talking salesman, too scripted. But you also don't want to be too low, needy, like me, low status, ragdoll. You need to be right in the middle. High status, confident, rock star agent. You accomplish it with 3 C's. Confidence, competence, that means you know what you're talking about, and compassion. So we start with that. Strong first impression, number 1. Number 2, through follow-up, you nurture that status. You advise the client, you guide the client, because what's happening through that process is you establishing authority. You cannot establish authority when it comes time to price the property. By then, they need to already perceive you as the authority. By then, they need to understand that they're in compliance with your suggestions. So this happens through follow-up. That's the second phase. And then the third phase just confirms, I'm the authority, I'm in charge, I can be trusted, and my recommendations will be followed. That's what happens during the presentation. Agents who try to wrestle it during the presentation, and worse, through some clever lines or learned scripts or memorized presentations, are in trouble, and it never works. That's why you guys get stuck. Because people sense when somebody's trying to push their agenda. People sense when it is about pricing it so I can get paid rather than pricing it so I can serve you well. So that's the setup. That's the theory. That's the neurobiology plus psychology. That's the stuff I teach. Now let's talk practical. You establish good first impression. You establish authority during your follow-up. You're positioned as the subject expert with a lot of compassion, a lot of competence, and a lot of confidence. You must have these 3 in place. Otherwise, none of this will work. Once you have that, you discuss with the seller and use this language. Now, this is not a script. Every time I say it, it's going to come out differently, but the message is always the same. It is important to communicate it with authority, but also compassion. Here's what you say. Jeremy, we're here tonight not to discuss what your house is worth. Because this is your home, and home has all the memories attached to it. Home is where you raised your kids. Home is where you have Thanksgiving. Home is where you bring that Christmas tree that was too tall and scrape the ceiling a little bit. You cannot put a price tag on it. And in your opinion, as you said, it's worth $700,000. There is no way to attach a price to a home. We're not here to discuss that. We're here to discuss what price will cause this property to sell. Because property, unlike home, once you move out, becomes empty walls, windows, doors, space. And unlike home, a property has a very specific price tag. There is a number that will cause this property to sell. My job is to make that number as high as possible, to put as much cash in your pocket as possible. So let's look at that. It's a 3-step process. First, we're going to look at our competition. What are other properties asking for in the area? Then we're going to look at what's pending right now. What price attracts buyers to homes very similar to yours? And then third, what is actually selling in the neighborhood? We compare these 3 groups and we'll very clearly determine what price will cause it to sell. So let's go through it real quick. And you go right into your listing presentation, in the pricing presentation. This is the 3rd part of the Presentation Plus system. If you don't have it, get it. Go to listingpresentationplus.com, order it. It's phenomenal. I don't think we sell it right now. Never mind, scratch it. It was only available for bootcamp students. But if you really want it, email us and we'll hook you up. info@borinoproductions.com. So that's how you do it. You go through your pricing, simple comparison. Don't get tangled on details about the properties, especially details that don't matter. Like a bunch of photos. Never include photos, because what do photos trigger? Our house is better. Right? So you don't want to do that. You go through this language, you arrive at a price. It says, in order for you guys to be in Colorado 2 months, to get good offers, to get good qualified buyers here, the list price needs to be $649,000. It's going to sell for around $640,000 to $650,000. It would be nice to have a bidding war. Can't promise it, but if we price it competitively, if we clean up and stage it like I suggested, we should be in good shape. And then you go right for the close. Now, before we get started, do you have any questions? Good. Then let's go. And you go for the signature. If you've done the steps before, right, getting the signature at the end, getting the listing at the end is just a natural, logical step.